Hey, what's going on, everybody? So we're taking the ASVAB and we want to know exactly how it all works. So we have the PiCAT, we have MEPS, we have the ASVAB itself, we have the AFQT, and a lot of these terms may seem confusing. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking it all down. That way you have that perspective to move forward in the right direction. Stay tuned here. So let's kick things off with the ASVAB. The ASVAB stands for the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery, all right? And pretty much the ASVAB is a series of 10 subtests that really determine what jobs you're qualified for once you get into the military. But the thing is, there are 4 of these subtests, 4 of them: the arithmetic reasoning, word knowledge, mathematics knowledge, and paragraph comprehension. These 4 subtests are the ones that determine your score for the AFQT. Now, the AFQT, what it stands for is the Armed Services Qualification Test. So again, this is where you need to get that bare minimum score, whether it's 31 in the Army or other branches. This is where you need to get that minimum score to just get in. And then those other subtests will tell you what jobs you're qualified for. Now, there are 2 versions of the ASVAB. There's the paper and pencil version, and then there's the computer adaptive test. So here's how they both work in a nutshell. The paper and pencil, this is, everybody gets the same test in terms of the amount of questions, the amount of time you get, the difficulty of those questions. It's all the same. While the questions may be a little different, right? But the thing is, at the end of the day, again, the difficulty is pretty much the same all the way around. Some easy, some hard, and a lot right there in the middle. You have the same time for all of the subtests, and it's all on paper. Now, the CAT, the computer adaptive test, this one is a little more tricky, because it's going to be adapting to your skill level. So for example, if you start taking the CAT version, the computer adaptive version, and let's say you get the first one right, well, it's going to give you the next question in a little bit more of a difficulty rating. But if you get it wrong, it'll go ahead and lower it a little bit. So pretty much, it's a shorter test, less questions, but the thing is, it adapts as you answer the questions. And so a lot of people think that it could be harder, some think that it could be easier than the paper and pencil version. And that's really going to be up to you. It's always going to be up to you in that regard. So if you're the kind of person that wants to only see, those set questions, some easy, some hard, some in the middle, sure, take the paper and pencil version. But if you're okay with the test adapting to your skill sets, then the CAT's for you. Now, regardless of which one you take, a lot of folks want to know if they're ready for the actual ASVAB or if they can take it any other way instead of actually going to the center itself. Now, you can actually take what's called the PiCAT. And the PiCAT is the pre-screening internet-delivered computer adaptive test. And pretty much what that is, it's just a take-home ASVAB. It's an ASVAB that you can take at home to see how you'll do before you actually go to MEPS. And just to make it clear here, again, MEPS is just another acronym. MEPS is not a test. MEPS is simply the place where you take your ASVAB. And so MEPS stands for Military Entrance Processing Station. So again, it's just where you take your actual ASVAB. Now, a lot of people have the question of, okay, is there any way for me to understand what my score is going to be before I take the actual ASVAB? And again, that's with the PiCAT. The PiCAT is the pre-screening internet-delivered computer adaptive test. And this is what's going to tell you whether or not your score is good enough to pass the ASVAB and continue on in the process with your recruiter. And just to make it clear, the PiCAT is simply just a take-home ASVAB. It is identical to the actual test. Now, the thing is, it's not proctored. You have unlimited time once you start, and it's not like, there's a rush and there's all that crazy stuff. But that makes it really easy for you to take advantage of the situation and use outside resources like Google or a calculator, but you don't want to do that. And here's why. The thing is, the PiCAT can replace your ASVAB score if you do well enough, 1, and 2, if you do well enough, you're going to have to take a verification test at MEPS. And the thing is, if your score on the PiCAT does not match the score on the verification test, well, they're going to nullify it, and you're going to have to take the actual ASVAB. And so you got to make sure that you're taking it like it's the real deal. Yes, it's not proctored. Yes, you can get help, but it's not the smartest thing to do, especially if you're going to get a ridiculous score on the PiCAT and then not get a good score at all when you go into MEPS. So just looking out for you right now, make sure if you're going to decide to take the PiCAT, take it for real. And once you're done taking it, your recruiter is going to basically let you know, hey, we're going to have you come in to do a verification test. It lasts anywhere between 20 and 30 minutes. And once you're done and everything checks out, boom, your ASVAB is done. You don't have to take the actual ASVAB. But again, if there's a discrepancy, you have to take the official full-length ASVAB. Now, that verification test, you got to make sure that you take it within 1 month of finishing the PiCAT. And your recruiter is going to let you know about all of this. In addition to all of that, when you take the ASVAB, you got to make sure that you understand this as well. You get one shot per month. So when you take it for the first time, let's say you don't get the score you want or fail, you have a calendar month until you can retake. If you take it for the second time and you fail again or don't get the score you want, you got to wait another month. But then after that, if you take it again and fail, you got to wait 6 months. So this isn't some kind of test that you can just, wing it and then just try to do your best every single time. No, you want to prepare for this. You got to make sure you prepare, because there's a misconception out there that you can just go ahead and take it as many times as you want, which is not the case. You got to make sure that you're aware of the formatting and the situations and everything that you have to pay attention to. But let's just go ahead and round everything up and just bring it back together again. Again, the ASVAB stands for the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. So it's the full ASVAB. It has all 10 subtests, including those 4 that are graded for in terms of your entrance into the military itself, which is the AFQT, the Armed Services Qualification Test. So again, the AFQT is within the ASVAB. It's 4 of those 10 tests, and that covers, again, arithmetic reasoning, mathematics knowledge, paragraph comprehension, and word knowledge. And so those are the 4 that you're going to want to really prepare for if you're just trying to get your foot in the door. And so if you wanted to take that qualifier at home, you can take the PiCAT. And to get in touch with all of that, you got to be in touch with your recruiter, because they're going to give you the login, the password to take it. And a little note on the PiCAT. So when you take the PiCAT, when your recruiter gives you your login information to take it, you have 72 hours to take it, to start taking it. And once you do start, you have 48 hours to submit it. So that's important information for you. That way you understand that, hey, look, if something happens, just keep the test open and come back to it. But we're trying to make sure that you have every opportunity to get a score that reflects your actual ability at the comfort of your own home. So just make sure you're aware of that you only have 72 hours from the time that your recruiter gives you that login information. And again, once you pass the PiCAT or not pass, whatever happens, you're going to be taking that verification test at MEPS. And again, MEPS is the Military Entrance Processing Station. And so you're going to have about a month, no more than a month, to verify that score if you decide to take the PiCAT. But if not, you can always get in touch with the recruiter, set up an actual test date, whether it's paper and pencil or computer adapted test. Again, either one. And, depending on your preference, you go in, you take it, they'll let you know how you did, either on the spot or a few days later. And after that, that's it. You're good. You're going to be taking the next step into your military career, and your recruiter will guide you through that process every step of the way. So, what do you think of this video? If you liked it, go ahead and give us a like, subscribe to the channel, because we're going to be putting up more and more videos every single day. We have practice problems, we have PSA, so public service announcements, to help you get through the life crap that we all deal with on a daily basis, on top of preparing for the ASVAB. And then we also have sample problems, practice problems, and we put up some of our group tutoring sessions on this channel as well. So again, like this video and subscribe to the channel for more. That way you can keep acing the ASVAB. So again, guys, I'm Anderson. I'm the owner here at Duran Learning, and I'm here to help you succeed. So with that said, we'll see you in the next video. And if you haven't joined my Facebook group, go ahead and search up ASVAB Help Group, #Ace the ASVAB, and you're all in. We'll see you there.